Jenny and Jeremy, breaking the ice, breaking the ice, breaking the ice. Jenny and Jeremy, breaking the ice, breaking the ice.
I am very lucky to live in beautiful British Columbia in Canada, where there are lots of gorgeous beaches and lakes. I am definitely more of a lake kind of girl, mostly because I'd never hung out at a lake before I started living here, so it still feels really novel. Especially on hot summer days, I really love chilling at the lake with friends, eating some good food, doing some swimming, or just floating around and seriously relaxing with a few beers and some really great company.
I love the beach. I'm a Southern California girl. I grew up with the beach. I love the salty air. When I'm not afraid of sharks and stingrays, I love to go surfing. I love shell hunting. I love checking out tide pools. And I also just love sitting on the shore and watching the waves. The beach is so relaxing. I love the ocean.
The choice is clear on this one. It would absolutely be a lake because I could be out there in my float tube and my waders, fly fishing for trout, and that's something we get to do here in Oregon, and it's pretty awesome. But to be honest, I also like the beach here quite a bit too, because there's nobody out there. It's not too hot, it's cool, the sand is fun to play in. So yeah, I would like to be at either once the weather gets a little nicer.
About reducing friction, it can be really helpful to think of the customer journey like a physical journey. So imagine your customer is pushing his issue along in a cart towards a dumpster where he hopes you'll be able to get rid of it and get on with his day. That cart represents your business. Now, if your customer is struggling to get his issue pushed along, you need to think whether to make changes in 3 areas to avoid your customers looking for a better cart. Firstly, you want to look to see if the cart needs to be fixed. See if it has wobbly wheels or broken handles. Look at your current processes from the customer's point of view and change processes that aren't helpful to them. Secondly, reduce the length of the customer's journey. Remove redundancies and repetitions to save them time. And lastly, get innovative by adding some oil to those wheels. That means look for possibilities in giving new and better training and sourcing the best technology solutions to help make your cart the shiniest of the bunch.
You know, you can have all of the information you've ever thought about in your knowledge base. You can have all the tutorials that you've ever wanted, but customers may not want to read. And in the event that, customers do need to contact you, one huge way you can reduce friction is just by making it easy to contact you. That may mean not hopping through tons of hoops to get to your support section, not having to sit on a long menu if they have to call in. And, it doesn't always solve the problems, but it makes it a little easier.
It's important to reduce friction for your customers. That's been tied back through research. If you've ever read The Effortless Experience, customers are more likely to return if they have an effortless experience. And to reduce friction, you first need to understand what's causing the friction. And so I would highly recommend a tool called journey mapping. It gets talked about a lot around customer experience, where you look at the different touch points, the different areas where customers are touching you, whether it's interacting with you on your website, interacting with support, reading emails from you. Look at all of those different touch points and pull in feedback from a lot of different channels to really understand how you can make the experience easier, more frictionless for your customers. So I would start with a good journey mapping exercise and then turn that into a plan of action for reducing friction.